Alright. Well, we've got Danny McLaughlin, Daniel Alley, Johnny Morris, Peter M2D1, Unit 6 Sports Development. Right, Danny, what target group have you chosen?
I've chosen girls aged 10 to 15 that have a religion.
Right, okay. Barriers for them?
First barrier may be that they've got a lack of role models, which give them a lack of confidence as well. And parents not supporting them and helping them out with money and whatnot.
Right, can you expand on those barriers then?
Yeah, with not having role models, it may be difficult for the young girls to aspire to be something in that sport, because they've got no one to look up to and no one that they can think, well, I want to achieve what they've achieved, and it's set off all from them. Especially with getting into sports such as swimming as well, because they have religious barriers that may stop them as well, not being able to show skin in front of certain people and whatnot. They don't know how to get around that, they've got no one to ask and no one to follow in the footsteps of.
Right, yeah,
and
good.
The parents not giving them money or consent may hinder them with like transport and stuff, because they might not be able to get to the places. Like we have a swimming bath that's quite local, but some places aren't as lucky. And money as well, because it's not a cheap sport to go into if you're going 2-3 times a week, even more. So they'd struggle in that sense.
Right, good. Danielle, target group?
I've done wealth and social cultural.
Right, for who?
For teenagers.
Right, good. Off we go then.
Some people may not be able to afford fees, travel, equipment. Also different sports are linked with different cultural backgrounds. For example, golf is seen as more of a middle class sport because of the high membership fees and travelling fees, whereas football is a working class sport. It's more available in deprived areas. And then the second one is socio-cultural. Socio-cultural barriers refer to specific social and cultural practices, beliefs and traditions within a community, which might discourage physical activity. For example, for many Muslim women, aspects of their faith, rules on mixed gender sports and dress code requirements have prevented participation.
Good. Right, Johnny?
Mine's age groups, age 9 to 12. One barrier could be parental control, so if a child's parent won't take them anywhere, then the young players would not be able to get the chance to play sports. So also money could have a factor in this. If they can't afford a car, then they won't be able to take them. If like they don't have a local leisure centre or sport teams anywhere in their area, they won't be able to drive them to take them. The other one is younger players would struggle to do sports if the sports are too hard to complete. So if they if they're like playing with people that are 15 and they're only 9, then they're going to be doing different, like too hard of a session for them to be able to complete it.
So how might that hinder them? Or how
like,
might it be more of a barrier that?
It wouldn't stop them progressing as a player and being able to become better.
Right. What might that do for their emotional well-being?
It might make them want to give up and I don't know.
It'll demotivate them.
Yeah, demotivate them and make them not want to do it anymore because they're not progressing as a player and not becoming better.
Right, okay, good. Right, Danny, link that to the continuum then, your target group along with some of those barriers.
So
for the different stages of the continuum.
the first stage where they're just participating, it'd be...
Oh, what's it called, the proper name for it?
Participation.
The bottom stage.
Yeah,
The one
that's
before
participation,
that?
yeah.
No.
Foundation.
It's what, Daniel?
The foundation stage.
Yeah, good.
At this point, it should be okay for them because they may have local facilities and whatnot, so there wouldn't be much of a barrier if the parents were consenting. Although with still lack of confidence and stuff and lack of role models, they may be a little bit lost as to what to do. But after a while, they'd probably get on with it.
Right, what's the next stage?
Is it participation now?
Yes.
Right. At this stage, it becomes more training and whatnot. So in their local leisure centre, this is where they might start having problems getting to the areas as well. Being younger, they may not be able to travel by themselves, especially if the classes are later on as well. So it comes more down to the parents. If they're not consenting, then they can't get to these places, and joining these like training classes or even starting with small competitions as well, they won't be able to get to them.
Next one, what's after that?
Academy. I'm just making this up. Whatever the next stage is, it's competitions and whatnot.
And what level?
Like entry, elite.
No, that's the top one, isn't it?
Entry level then, or intermediate?
Performance.
Performance level then. This is, again, the same kind of problems that they won't be able to get into these places, especially if they decide this is what they want to do and they're still quite young. They'd have to have a job to be able to afford this, to get there with the travel, which may not give them the time they need to train and whatnot either.
Right, and then the elite.
The elite, this is like only in certain places in the country, so this would require parental consent because they wouldn't be able to travel that far by themselves without consent anyway, let alone being able to get there. So if they didn't have consent with the parents, then they wouldn't be able to. They won't be able to get there.
Right. So just to clarify, so what are the different stages of this continuum? What's at the bottom?
Foundation,
Followed by.
participation,
Followed by.
performance,
Then.
elite.
Right. You happy with that now?
I
Yeah.
am, yeah, I've got that now.
You learnt that.
I've learned that.
You sure?
Yeah, I've learned it in this short time.
Good. Good. Danielle, off we go. Link it to continuum.
Teenagers may not have the money to participate in weekly sports training sessions. They might still be at school or college and will not be working. This links to the foundation level of the sports continuum. Because basic football training sessions is a middle class sport, so it fits into the bottom of the sport continuum. And if they cannot afford this, then they will not be able to afford sports that are at the elite level. For example, golf. Golf is a high class sport and is very expensive, so elite will also be a barrier for them. And then they also may not have enough time to participate in different levels of sport because they will still have school or college to go to and will have the work to do for them. So golf is at the elite level and it needs time put into to benefit from the training sessions. Training sessions are at least 3 to 4 hours long, so that may be too much for teenagers. And then another barrier is travel. The parents may be working when the training sessions take place. And this will make foundation, participation, performance and elite a barrier. And if they want to go to participate in sports at these levels, then they'll have to travel to them, and they will most likely be out of their walking distance. And sports that are at elite level are mostly out of their towns that they live in.
Right. Okay. Johnny.
Started.
Right. Foundation stage.
So for the foundation stage,
So you need to talk about the target group, the barriers that people might face.
right. So for the foundation stage, at age 9 to 12, they might have like a leisure centre or sporting teams in their area to be able to go to them. So they might be in walking distance to be able to go to the leisure centre. But once they start getting onto the participation stage, they might need to go a bit further to actually get into a proper team. And if the parents don't have a car, then they won't be able to drive them there. If they don't have enough money to get them a bus pass, then they won't be able to like go to get play for the teams.
Right. Yeah.
Is it performance next?
Yep.
For the performance stage, like again, if the parents don't have a car, they won't be able to travel to play for like in tournaments if they're going like further away than the buses will take them. Also, if they get stuck in like for a team that's doing harder sessions than what they're capable of, then they won't be able to progress as a player, so it'll stop them being able to play like in the elite stage of a continuum.
Right. So what can be done for, say, your target group to help them or encourage them to reach the elite stage
So
later in life?
like you could get them to look at like people like role models that like keep them going and keep them motivated to wanting to get to the elite stage, and show them that like some professional athletes did start off like they did with no money or no car or anything, but they still like trained each day and worked hard to be able to get there.
Right. Good.